Hey guys, welcome back to Bustin Experience. This is Brandon, and I actually have an old friend and her husband on here, right? Kind of a surprise today, so I just figured we'd do a quick podcast. This is Maddie and Joshua Page.
Hey.
Hey.
Welcome on the show, guys.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Thanks for coming.
Can I give a shout out to Mongo really quick?
Yes, you can.
Yes, hi Mongo.
Hi, Mongo. The first question she asked me was, is Mongo still married? And I was like, surprisingly, yes.
And I think it's very ironic that you got married the same day we did, so.
Yeah, so she's kind of sad that I couldn't be there because of that, dude. So I just want you to know our friendship is real.
Yeah.
All right, so I love you. So what you guys been up to since you got married?
Not much. We moved to Baltimore, Maryland, took a job up there myself as a graphic designer and videographer for a church.
Nice. How long you been doing that?
It's been 7 months now,
Yeah.
so it hasn't been too long. Yeah.
Wow. What do you like about it?
I love my job.
Yeah.
I really enjoy all the graphic design stuff that I get to do. When it comes to the booklets that I get to design for the church, I just did an annual book review that encapsulated all the different church activities and outreaches that we did. But I really enjoy the videography aspects of what I do. I don't get to do a ton of it right now because I'm pulling a lot of different shifts and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the cool part too is a lot of his graphic designs he gets to see within the community.
Okay.
Like the door hangers that we do, we hand out like thousands of them. So it's really cool to be able to like walk down the street and see some of his
Your designs. Yeah, that's cool.
Definitely cool.
Yeah.
So what do you want to be designing? If you could design anything, like who would you want to be designing for?
I don't know what to be designing.
Hey.
Let me move this because people probably want to see your face a little bit. So there you go.
So, I do a lot more graphic designing than I do video stuff.
Okay.
I prefer to do video stuff.
Okay.
So, I like to reword the question and ask it more in the aspect of if I was going to do video stuff, what would I do?
Mm-hmm.
And that would probably be some sort of like Christian filming.
Nice.
Making Christian films.
Very cool.
Making movies that make an impact, like the movie like I Can Only Imagine, the Kendrick Brothers,
Facing Giants
Facing
or
Giants, like
Classic.
Fireproof.
yeah, movies like that. I definitely would rather be doing. But I love my job. I love that.
Here's my thing with Christian movies though, is they're just for the most part they're so cheesy. Like you know that they're trying to come from a good place, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like, dude, that's not real life.
Yeah.
Like that's not.
Yeah.
We went to a Christian film. It was like a conference last year, and the Kendrick Brothers was there. Well, not both of them. It was Steve and Kendrick was there, and it was really cool to kind of have like a backstage access to it because they talked about the fact that they know that Facing the Giants cheesy and like, all these first movies that they made were really cheesy, but they're trying to get better, and the fact that, how do you put it, like just having that light and having that impact in the world and just trying to make it top notch like Hollywood does basically. So that was pretty cool.
And I mean, because some of them have their good moments, and there's actually some really good ones.
Yeah.
But it's just for the most part, they're so far and few in between.
Yeah.
And especially if you actually went on the scriptures of like the actual stories in the Bible, you'd actually be making some pretty crazy movies. Like I'm talking like R NC-17 movies.
Yeah.
Because the Bible is just crazy sometimes. But what have you been doing, Maddie?
So right now I work for the church as well. I plan all of the community events. So we just got done doing like a teacher outreach for our public schools. So we honored, I think there was 275 teachers that we did boxes for. And it was like room service for the teachers. So they got to pick up like what snack they wanted, and then we delivered it to them. So I do that. I help out with like just different activities. We had a widow's tea where we honored our older widows.
That's
in our
awesome.
Church. Yeah.
That's really cool.
So.
And you said you just got back from Haiti, right? Not too long ago?
Yeah, back in, I think it was August 6th.
August, got it.
August 6th is when we went down. So
Nice. Yeah, we went in June, and I'm going again this next June.
That's awesome.
And so you said you were there for 3 days?
we were there for 3 days. We were doing a research project for our church to get involved in putting a water well
Nice.
In a village.
That's awesome.
And the connection that we had there actually was there's a guy in our church who's from Haiti who just got married and has a burden to go back
Okay.
as a missionary. So we're kind of partnering with him and then a local pastor there to dig a well, and we're hoping to do that in the next couple of months, and I will hopefully be able to go back and either grab video footage of them digging the well or the completion of the well, so we can bring it back to our church family.
That's awesome.
And show them how their missions dollars were spent.
That's awesome.
So hopefully they'll take me this time, because I'm a little bitter that they didn't take me last
You didn't
time.
go? She didn't go?
No,
I
she
had
didn't
wisdom
go.
teeth removal.
Oh,
So
I think I remember that actually.
Yeah, I couldn't go.
Like a
he
gerbil.
left me after my gerbil. My face is all like swollen. I'm like a freak.
That's awesome. Yeah, we our church partnered with Haiti. It was a village called Marmot, and we built a school/church for them. And it was so crazy because we went in June. We were there for 5 days, and people walked 13 hours just to come hang out.
They were fixing to cross a river, and he didn't know that that's where like bathing was going on. And so he's like videotaping, so he has like all this footage of like people in the river. But it's really sad though, because that's really their only place to bathe. And so having that village, that church, be able to say, "Hey, we have a water well," makes a huge outreach impact for them.
Absolutely,
it definitely gives the ability to bring people from other villages in to that church because they have a water well, and then through that water well, they can even reach the people that are coming in.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you definitely see a lot of naked people running around. Like we saw bathing in the streets, little kids just running around like, oh, there's a naked one, there he goes.
Shield your eyes.
For real, but
definitely don't see that here.
That's awesome. They do need a lot of help though, because they're just, it's two different worlds. It really is. Like you don't know what poverty is until you've seen stuff like that, and it's just really crazy. It's so what else have you been doing? What else? Anything new in life? You guys are planning to move to Florida, right?
Maybe one day. We'll see.
Maybe one day. So when's one day? So we can mark it on the calendar.
Whenever God decides to.
So he's going to physically pick you up and put you here?
Probably, yeah.
Bloop. There you go, guys.
I took him to the airport today, and it was funny because they have a new simulator there for the Aerospace Academy.
Yeah.
And so he sat in the right seat and watched me fly, but this thing like moves while you're flying. And so for me, I'm like nerve-wracked because the person's like who started the machine is like standing behind us. He has never been in a plane with me before. I'm just gonna crash the simulator and it's just gonna look terrible. And so I get to like go to land and it's like way off, and I'm like, this is so embarrassing, but it was fun.
That sounds fun.
You did land safely.
I did land safely. I didn't crash. But
you didn't die?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We're about to take Lizzie on her first flight when we go to
Haiti.
To Haiti, yeah. So she's gonna go with us. I mean, I think you got to start them young, so that they can actually see that they're very well blessed in this world.
Yeah, that's true.
And we don't even know.
I always forget that Haiti is right next to Dominican, and that those are like two totally different places, and that's.
It's true. It's true, and especially with like the unrest, there was a huge gas shortage when we went.
Yeah. And
it's like you saw just piles of people because like you'll see a truck come in and just they would devour it.
Yeah.
And then it's just like a madhouse. It's crazy. And even like the structure, like the infrastructure, like people driving around, it's just like, oh, this is dangerous. It's cool though. It's good stuff. So.
Not struggling, but trying to get used to Baltimore, because in Baltimore, if you go on like the PlayStation News, the Facebook page, every day in our little town there's like 75 shootings and killings, and it's like going from like Florida to that, it's definitely like hard to get used to, but it's like a totally different country.
So would you say you said in Baltimore, so would you say it's like tougher there? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I guess people are darker, I guess, for lack of a better word.
I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's kind of gritty, like a gritty feeling, but it's cool because, like, our church, there's not perfect people in there, which is really cool because I think a lot of times down south, no offense to southern churches, but it's like...
How dare you?
It's like perfect people are in the church, and up north it's more like, I'm struggling with, drugs. I'm struggling with all these issues, but I know that there's a church that loves me. And so it's cool because you have all these people that come in there that are struggling with something, but they're looking for, like, fulfillment and peace. And it's just...
So kind of like less politics and more action kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like where they not sympathize, I guess, just so they kind of are more real?
Yeah,
Like
that'd be a good way to put it.
And that's good because, honestly, unfortunately, too many churches are political in the sense of like, oh, you got to act this way, you got to be like this, this is what you got to feel. And it's like, dude, like we're all messed up.
Yeah.
We all got our problems.
Yeah. So it's cool in that aspect, but it's definitely like different because like being in Florida, you know, it's like, you know, bless your heart kind of thing. But up north, if you park in someone's parking spot, you know, they'll tell you, but you know, it's like we still love you, we still get along. So it's definitely different. But
so what brings you guys down to Florida?
We're on a little, I guess you can consider it an anniversary vacation.
Yeah.
We got married January 5th of last year, so.
So you're a little off.
Yeah, we're a little off because with my current job and with our the annual book review that I had to do and get completed for the church, it was kind of hard for me to get away because I had a lot of job responsibilities. So we took off as soon as we could after that was kind of completed. So we're down here kind of vacating a little bit, which was a little bit warmer.
It was so cold.
Yeah, it was like only a handful of days, but it was cold.
Yeah. We went to the beach yesterday, and it was, what, like 69, 70? But with the wind and stuff, it's like...
Felt colder.
Yeah.
Yeah, this weather is crazy. It's like, is it going to be hot or cold today, Florida?
Is it gonna rain?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Maybe both.
It's crazy. So how long are you guys down for?
We're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Unless I can convince him to stay.
Yeah.
Indefinitely.
I'm just kidding.
There's a shed out back, so if you guys need it.
We're moving in. We're going to be the new
as long as it's AC.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, I mean, I was going to ask you something. I forgot it was about graphics designing.
He's a pro.
Yeah, you're a pro?
Anyone in Florida look at the...
Yeah, I mean, do you have anything personally that you're doing that you want to promote?
No, not really.
He does some stuff on the side. He's doing something.
Yeah, I have a cousin, which...
he has a cousin.
Yeah, I have a cousin.
Just one?
Yeah, just one. I have one of my cousins who lives in Texas currently.
Mm-hmm.
He works like part-time for a church.
Mm-hmm.
And he texted me the other day and was like, hey, you have any time to design something for our church for Easter? And so that's a little bit of a side job that I'm currently doing.
He did a wedding a couple months ago, and that was pretty cool.
That was my first.
That was your first
wedding that I ever.
And I felt so bad we didn't get to stay for the whole thing.
Really?
So like the wedding video like cuts off at like the kissing part. And it's like
now you guys can just assume what happened.
Yeah.
I felt so bad because they had asked us to be a part of their wedding like the week before.
Yeah, it was something.
And
crazy
so he already had like this rehearsal thing he had to do. So it was all the way in Virginia. We drove 3 hours, and then we're like, we have to leave by 2:00. Well, the wedding didn't end until like 2:30,
2:45.
Yeah.
So
we got the kids and we're like, peace out, y'all.
Deuces.
Like we gotta go. And she was really understanding. Like
yeah.
She knew it was our first wedding, but.
So why graphics design? And video. What makes you passionate about it? Are you passionate about it?
Yes. So
I guess.
Just a little bit. So funny. I went to college, but I didn't finish, and I was minoring in graphic design and video.
I did one semester, dude, bro, and I was like, yeah, this is stupid.
College is
so technically, the job that I have isn't what I didn't get a degree in it at all.
It's okay. People are just judging you.
But I'm passionate about it because it gives me the ability to create something, one, that nobody else has ever created before, and then it gives me the ability to influence how people perceive something or change somebody's idea about it.
So you like manipulating minds?
Yes, I like manipulating minds.
It's
perform.
But I mean, it's true to a degree. Like, and people don't realize how powerful stuff like that actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like when you build a platform or you build a design or something. I mean, to a degree, you are kind of not manipulating, but I would say rather influencing minds.
Correct.
You know, to be able to see something in a certain way, which can be good or bad, you know, depending on how it's used. But that's cool. So, I mean, is this something you want to do forever?
Maybe.
Okay.
I enjoy the graphic design, but I would prefer to be, and even if it's not like making films, at least creating video content that influences people.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I'm trying to push our church currently to do for this Easter, but I'm not exactly sure if it's going to happen or not, because as time goes by, the distance between now and Easter gets shorter, so I may not have enough time for it, but I would love to create a short film for Easter and or Christmas. So that's one of the things I've never have had the opportunity to do, but it's something I definitely would like to push towards and try to accomplish. Like I've created videos in the past, like I did a wedding, I've done other types of videos before, I've done some promotional video stuff, but I've never actually had the opportunity and time to actually sit down. Well, you wouldn't really sit down to do this, but
get out there
to really get out there and produce a narrative or a dialogue story in the aspect where I can tell a story and be able to use that as a way to influence how people perceive something.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And hey, if you need any actors, man, I've been doing it for like forever.
He's very good.
And I mean, people seem to like it, so whatever. You know, I mean.
That's just your perception, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I just get out there and just be stupid, and they're just like, "Oh, that's so great! You're so funny," and I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool."
My favorite one was with when you went downtown or something, and it was like you did like explosions behind you jumping.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I still act like all the time. Yeah,
You were good.
I did one today actually. I went to because we go to schools and we do like performances for them for like the entire school.
That's cool.
And we did one and they seemed to enjoy it.
Is that through your church or is that?
Yeah, it's through our church.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fun, you know, and I enjoy it. I mean, I like making them laugh and whatever. Get to be energetic and crazy and whatever. But I like to do all types of stuff. Like I think my favorite is comedy and probably like action. Right, I like stuff like that. Blowing things up, right? I mean, right? Yeah, I mean, it says a lot. Yeah. But dude, yeah, if you're ever down here, man, we could make some cool stuff together.
Yeah, definitely.
One man show. just with Brandon.
I'll do it, man. I'll put on wigs and stuff so that I look like a slightly different character.
There you go. Yeah. The real question is how do you find the time to do it? You don't find it, you make it. Well, like the podcast, because like my first reaction would be like, oh, I can make time, but I'm married.
Hey.
I see where you're coming.
I know you're married, and you definitely have kids, and I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. So
it's all about priority, like prioritizing what's important.
Well, not just that. Like people get too caught up in trying to make things perfect, because if they think it's not perfect, then they can't release it. Dude, my thing is like. I mean, go watch some of my earlier videos. Like some of them, especially because like I'm learning how to get everything going smoothly. Like sound quality is horrible on some of them and all that stuff, and it's just trial and error. You know, you just keep going.
It's just having fun too. Like everything doesn't have to be perfect.
Well, there's also a certain amount of stress because, like, I mean, especially trying to get this thing going.
Yes.
Daniel, hold on. Let's see if I can get him. What's up, buddy? I'm in the middle of a podcast right now. You're actually live, and I'm with Maddie Turner. You remember her?
I'm on a podcast right now?
Yeah, you're on a podcast. I have you next to the mic so that it can pick you up.
Cool.
Yeah. You remember Maddie Turner from Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's here with me.
Hey.
Hey, Maddie.
How are you?
I'm good.
First thing she asked me, literally like when she saw me, was like, is Mongo still married? And I was like, yeah, surprisingly.
Does he know that you got married at the same time?
Yeah, he knows because I had to choose between you or him, and unfortunately, I was his best man. So, but
you stole him.
But yeah, let me let you go. I'll call you back, right?
All right, see you.
All right, see you, buddy. Bye.
All right, bye.
That's how chill we are here.
Where did the name Mongo come from?
That's actually funny because we were playing a game. This was like a long time ago. This was back in our apartment.
This had to have been like 8 years ago.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Okay, it's been years.
Mongo was making fun of Wayne while we were like all hanging out. I don't even remember who all was there, and he was just really getting on Wayne's nerves. And he's just like, stop, man. Like, stop. I'm going to ruin your life. He literally was like, I'm going to ruin your life. And so he did. And he just like was like, all right, Mongo. He's like, that's it. And he's like, oh, whatever. But for some reason it stuck. Everybody calls him Mongo now because from that one day. So, you know, I mean, and he acts like a Mongo, you know. It suits. He's got the face of a Mongo.
Yeah, I did.
Right? People are going to probably hate on me for that. Because if you know where Mongo comes from, it means Mongoloid. Which doesn't mean something very
He's
nice.
just a friend.
Yeah.
We're cool.
Friend.
I don't count you as a friend because you stole him, but
That's true. But you know what? I mean, there's only one of me, and everybody's always demanding. I can only do so much, guys. Sorry. I try to go on all cylinders, but I can't. You know. But what were we talking about? I don't remember.
videos. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can make some good stuff. I was gonna ask you some other questions too about that. But what's your favorite part about it? Did I ask that already?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
My favorite part probably has to be seeing it all come together in post-production.
It's legit.
Like, there's fun aspects of shooting it and then going back, like, while you're in the field shooting, going back over the shot you just made, and it's just like, oh, that's right, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's that element where you sit down and put it in your computer and go through the post-production process, and it's like, okay, that's a cool shot, and then you line it up with all the other shots, and it's like, oh, that's like the combination of the two or the three is like even better. And then it's like, okay, let me color grade it, let me go through the process of maybe throwing some sound effects in, and then throwing in some background music, and then it's just like mind-blowing what just a video clip that you shot, and then you add in all these extra elements, and it's just like, it's mind-blowing what you can do with even just like the tools that you have.
Oh, I know, dude.
My phone's crazy.
Bro, yeah, I know. If you go look at some of my videos from like 2016, it's on Facebook, bro. I was actually really surprised because like I started shooting stuff and I'm like, crazy, I can do all this on just a phone. Yeah. You get some apps, you glue it all together with some stuff.
Glue it all together.
Is this right? Is this good? But no, yeah. What's the hardest part to you?
Probably the pre-production aspects. So preparing for the actual shoot. So
finding good actors.
If you're shooting any scenes with any dialogue, or even if you're looking for an actor, or if you're writing a script beforehand to try to figure out what you're actually shooting, that is definitely the hardest part, because I'm not the best writer. So I have things in my head that I like to shoot, but then I have to just say, okay, now I have this idea, but how am I going to convey this idea through a story? Because I feel like I'm a good cinematographer. I can film stuff nicely. I can frame things nicely. But it's not just being able to shoot it nice and shoot it correctly. And it's also about, how can I use this shot, this cinematography, this framing in a way that I can tell a story through it.
And so, it's not cheesy.
Yeah, I know,
and
right?
so it's not cheesy. So it's definitely the pre-production aspects, going through and just sitting down and, like, if it's going to be an Easter video, if it's going to be a Christmas video, if it's going to be just a summertime video, like, I can go out and just shoot a bunch of B-roll stuff. But where the real challenge comes in is, that pre-production aspect, is sitting down, and thinking through exactly what I'm wanting. So the pre-production, the writing the script, and then even the storyboarding aspects, because I cannot draw at all.
Yeah. So me and you both, buddy.
So I actually got this idea when we were at the Christian Film Festival last year in Franklin, Tennessee. There's a guy who just made the first season of a show. It's called The Chosen.
It's so good. Shout out to Dallas Jenkins.
It's really good.
It's on Netflix?
It's not on Netflix. Okay. You can actually download the
app.
I
think I'm going to see that.
Yeah, they have an app called The Chosen, and you can watch the first season for free. And then I think the rest of them are going on PureFlix. But, oh my word, it is,
Go away. 5, 4. All right, well, if you're going to at least come in here, get in front of the camera so people know. My kid walked in. All right, well,
anyway, The Chosen, I think it's the very first season show where they walk through Jesus' journey on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So like the first episode, they talk about like the net, throwing the net over the boat, where he's on the beach. It go through all of these biblical. I can't talk this morning. Biblical stories, and it's good. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
It's not cheesy at all, and it actually like it like humanizes things a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
We were just in church on Sunday, and the pastor was talking about the net and with Peter, and I texted him really quick, and I was like, The Chosen, and I said it makes me realize like how real it is.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
It actually happened. It's not just something you read in the Bible.
Yeah.
It helps me to kind of understand. So
That's cool.
It's really good. Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
awesome.
I didn't interrupt you.
No, you're fine. I kind of forgot where my place was. I don't know what we're talking about now.
Wait, who are you? What's your name? No, that's cool though. I think, at least in my opinion, I think the cheesy part, the biggest part, is through the actors, because
Definitely.
you can, I mean, you can have the best writing and the best editing in the world, but if, hey guys, how are you? You know, it's just like, oh my gosh, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Right? Like, you got to be able to portray it very well. But I do also think it comes through the writing as well, because if you have cheesy lines, it's just like that doesn't sound like a very normal line. That's cool though. That's cool. So, what's your next project?
Easter, right?
Yeah. I'm creating some sort of a video for Easter, but
For Easter?
it's probably going to be more of just like a promo video. Again, I would like to create some sort of a short film for it, but we'll see if that comes into fruition or not. So.
Yeah, and good people are hard to find when you said that. That's like anything though. That's like a business. It's like people are lazy for the most part, and they don't care. So when you find one that does, you hold on to it. It's very true though. But all right, we can start wrapping it up. Any last thoughts or anything that you guys want to say?
No, I think that's just.
Was this your first podcast?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely first podcast.
Yeah?
This is cool.
What did you guys
I'm gonna
think?
do this again.
Yeah, you guys do this again? Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Are you guys going to subscribe?
I already did.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Well,
I like this
at
guy.
least on Spotify.
Spotify.
So.
Yeah, you got to go to YouTube. You'll get the visual.
We gotta share this on Facebook now too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, give me like till
Promo.
end of the day, maybe tomorrow.
I've actually thought about starting a podcast myself.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like starting a YouTube channel. It's like, I really would like to do that. It's just you never do it. Our church, we put all of our sermon audios, podcasts on our website, and that's just where they lived. But they were never pushed to any podcast platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So we just went through the process of connecting it through Anchor.
Mm-hmm.
So now our podcasts are, at least the last 2 Sundays, are up on a podcast platform now. So I'm hoping that'll go well. So.
Yeah, well, just do it. If anybody wants to try something, my biggest advice is just go for it. Like, really.
Don't care what other people.
Don't care what you think. It's going to suck usually in the beginning. Almost 99% of the time it's going to suck, right? But you just slowly get better, and you slowly get better until it becomes something that you're really proud of and that everybody else likes. So, cool. Anything else?
No.
But thank you guys for visiting me.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate it. And for all you guys out there, be sure to subscribe, like, hit those buttons, notifications, and all that stuff. And we love you guys. So we will see you. Bye.